Okay, so today we are at Civita Park. This is in the Mission Valley area of San Diego. So we are right here. I'm gonna go up these steps and walk around the perimeter. Let's go. So this will be a good workout. They do have accessible ramps, as you can see, right next to the stairs. And today in the park, they have the farmer's market, so we'll be going to the farmer's market as well. Again, they do have the accessible ramps, so if you have mobility challenges or if you bring a stroller, you will be able to use the ramps. Oh, they have a fitness class going on. So this area used to be a quarry where they would do quarry things. And then you can see there are residences next to the park. All right, let's take the ramp. And then you can see a view of the park. Basketball courts. Looks like they're doing a stretch class, a basketball game, and a fitness class there. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, let's go. So you can see we're on the ramp portion. Very accessible. And then here are the stairs. And let's go on the ramp portion again. And I see there is a picnic bench. So you could bring your work. It looks like they have some plants that are intended to grow over and create shade. So that'll be cool. Yeah. Well, that's smart. They have the rails to keep the balls from going. All right. So then if you just take this ramp, then you can walk back around. And there is the picnic bench with trash can, everything right there. All right, let's continue on the ramp. And then as you can see, we're gaining elevation. So we're getting a different viewpoint and we can see the rest of the park. If you are from the San Diego area, you probably are very familiar with these purple flower trees. These are jacaranda trees. They are very pretty. They have seed pods and they have those flowers. They drop the seed pods and the flowers and it gets very messy, but it is a nice flowering tree. Probably better in an area where it's not covering a sidewalk, driveway, stuff like that, because it can just fall down onto the ground and then mulch back into the earth. Again, here are some residences, and these are bordering the park. And then here we are at another seating area. You can see they have a nice vining plant that is probably going to be growing up and going over to create shade. Above us, you can see there's a structure and it has wires across. I see electrical going up into the palm tree, so there is a ring up farther up that has lighting, so seems like this would be a nice park even at night. Of course, check the hours and see what are the limitations. All right, let's keep going. And then here's another directory that will tell you where you're at. And as you can see, we haven't even walked that far. This park is massive. We started off down here. Awesome. Let's keep going. And we'll take the stairs so you can hear me trying to breathe. Here we see an attendant coming through, checking, taking care of the park, seating areas, trash cans. Over here we see there's a playground. There is a large piece of machinery that is actually on display. And there is still new construction happening here. And the attendant is there actually sweeping off the debris from the trees that has fallen onto the picnic benches. Here's another example of the jacaranda trees. You could see all the flowers on the trees. And let's take a look. That playground looks pretty awesome. Now you can see over Mission Valley, and then on the other side, those hills, that is going to be North Park and Hillcrest. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is awesome. Well, I'm going to get my workout today. You can see there are more residences up there to the left. Some magnolia trees, and I'm not sure what these other ones are. The ones with the white flowers, those are magnolia trees. It looks like they are getting ready for another event. You could see the awnings over there. All right, let's take this ramp. Lots of really nice flowering plants around here. And then let's take another look. Pan around. Very cool. Now where we're heading to is, let me zoom in, up there. There is a tunnel with a mural inside. So we are heading there. We are at Civita Park in Mission Valley, San Diego. All right. Let's keep walking. Oh, I hear some dogs going at it. I believe there is a dog park here as well. So if you lived in one of these residences next to the park, you would be able to come over to the park and take your dogs exercising. Oh, what is this? Looks like an event center. Oh, I bet you this is the pool area for the residences. I do see a ladder that looks like a swimming pool, and then maybe the event center for the residences. There is a pathway over there. Oh yeah. All right, let's keep walking. You can see there's kind of a off trail or off pavement type of path, but that is like compressed, so you can still walk easily and use a stroller on that. So what's cool is I see a lot of flowering plants, and then I also see hummingbirds and bees. So this actually is the Pozo blue sage. I see they have a sign. Oh, this is a scent garden. I actually can smell it. So if you take advantage and check out the scent garden, this is so cool. That must be what that path is off the sidewalk. Take a moment to stroll through the Civita scent garden and notice if any of the scents in the garden trigger memories for you. Read on to learn about the unique scent characteristics of plants here in the Civita scent garden. Oh yeah, sage. Always think of sage and camping. All right, here we go. We're gonna head up these stairs. Oh, here's a nice pavilion. Ken Grant. Here's a memorial for Ken Grant. So this is cool. It doesn't say anything specifically about Ken Grant in this area, but this could be just a memorial from his family. Maybe he worked in the quarry. We can look that up. Oh, this is cool. You could take a photo here. There's like a little frame thing. And then, let's see. Here's some more picnic benches. And then they also have an area right here that a wheelchair can roll up to the table. And then here we'll walk up, and this is in fact marked as private property. Oh, that's nice. If you currently have active diarrhea or have had in the past 14 days, you're not allowed to enter the pool. Anyways, this is a private pool, probably associated with the residences. All right. Oh, we got to walk back. I see another memorial rock, so let's walk across the park. Here we are near the pavilion. Very cool. I am loving this park. And this memorial rock is for Hugh F. Hughes Jr. And again, nothing specific to the area, but he could have been somebody that worked on the project, worked in the quarry. Look at this beautiful dry riverbed system they have. Just an arrangement of rocks. So then whenever there is rain, then I would imagine that's gonna direct the water down. All right, here we go. Regulations for the park. Dogs are allowed but must be leashed, and of course always clean up after your dog. And then here we have some more of the drainage. You can see how they make it look really decorative with the rocks. And then you see the outlet there. All right, here we go. No talking, because I will be trying to breathe. Actually, these stairs are like low risers. So if you take your time, they aren't conventionally spaced. So it is a lower lift between each stair. And here we take a look over the whole park. So what's cool about this too is it's kind of open. So if you're here, like I always think about when my kids were little, if I would be walking somewhere, could they walk ahead and I could still see them? So this concept here, the kids could walk ahead and you can still see them. Okay, let me try to breathe. Here we go. This is speaking of the water system, Civita Falls. So that's a learning opportunity, again, for yourself or your kids. So sometimes when people are seeing kids that aren't in school during traditional school hours, they might be saying like they need to be in school. But as you see, there's opportunities out in the wild for you to actually learn. You do not need to be in a box to learn. Actually, you should encourage learning at every opportunity.
I don't want her to be, and but she'll get all, she'll just feel the energy, you know?
Check out these rocks. Isn't that cool? So these straw berm looking things, that's a plastic netting, and then it has straw in there. They use that for erosion control. I'm sure that the plastic, I'm calling it plastic, but I'm sure it's some sort of environmentally friendly material. Again, here's another view. You can see our lovely freeway system over here. Let's breathe. Let's get up these steps. Now there is a tunnel up here with a mural, and it appears that there is another access point on the street behind. So if you have mobility issues and you want to see the tunnel, you would probably access from another point. Ooh. All right, let's take a pause. We can see the beautiful arrangement in the park, and you can see how far we've come. Right, here we are. We are at Civita Park. Watch your step. And this beautiful mural depicts the county of San Diego. So you're going to see from the desert to the ocean. The mural goes up and over and is in this tunnel. So you can see, and then it appears that there were some people assisting with the tunnel and the painting Civita Kids Art. So that's really cool. Now you're going to want to take your time through here and really take in all the art. You see the USS Midway. You see a pelican, people being depicted walking along the waterfront, the Hotel del Coronado, the Star of India, sailboats in the marina, Fly Navy, which would be talking about North Island Naval Base, Little Italy, Tony Gwynn, Petco Park, a big panda, so that would be for the San Diego Zoo. You see the tower, that is in Balboa Park, and then Presidio Monument, or Presidio Park. Oh, and the waterfront downtown, where you see the little water spires coming up and those yellow ball things, that would be along the walkway downtown in front of the convention center. You see the trolley there, and then I believe this is also representing part of Civita Park, because the flag circle there I saw when I was looking down. And then you also see the depiction of number 55. I believe that was Junior Seau, former Charger. All right, and let's look down through the tunnel and then back to the other side. You see the Palomar Observatory. You see the bighorn sheep, which are known to be in Borrego Springs. I believe that might be a coyote. Don't quote me on that. Some elk, dragonflies. There's a lady sitting here. That would be a depiction of the Kumeyaay Indians, who are known to live in this area. Zoom back out. We see a lady, she's holding a pie. And in the background, we see a depiction of the city of Julian. There's literally so much to do in San Diego. And then you see a lemon tree depicting Lemon Grove. A cross, that would be Mount Helix. There are some prey birds, that would be hawks and falcons, perhaps even some kestrels. A man on horseback, that would remind me of Lakeside. And guy on a mountain bike with a shirt that says Ramona. There is a depiction of some hikers. That rock that they are on, that is called Potato Chip Rock. You can hike out there and stand on that rock. Quite a popular trail. And then we see a man golfing, and then a wild hare, avocado trees, orange trees. So this would be going Ramona, Escondido, Fallbrook, Let's see, Safari Park, that's going to be Escondido. We've got the Blue Angels, those are famous. They used to be at Miramar. Miramar is now the Marine Corps Air Station. It used to be Navy Base Miramar. And then we have the cattle for the dairy industry and the hot air balloons, which are known to be in Temecula. And then grapes, which are going to also be in Temecula and Menifee, famous wineries and wine tours. All right, and here we are at the end of the tunnel. Then we will take a look at the other side and we will see more sea life and surfers. Now this is Fine Art by Kevin Anderson. This is from July 6, 2018. If you're interested in more information, he has his website there. And let's look at, oh, we have the hang gliders. I have a video about that on my YouTube as well. That is hang gliders at the glider port in Torrey Pines. The sea life, including Garibaldi, seals, sea lions, seagulls. This looks to be depicting La Jolla Cove. A mermaid, seagulls, pelicans, and other seabirds. SeaWorld. And the cross, I believe, at Cabrillo National Monument and Rosecrans Cemetery. Rosecrans is a military cemetery. And then we have the mariachis, which would be depicting Old Town. And then again back to the waterfront. Very cool. Beautiful artwork in this tunnel at Civita Park. All right, we are continuing our walk on the other side of the tunnel at Civita Park. And what I'm looking for now, which San Diego is a very accessible area. And I do see that there is a ramp over here to my left. And that ramp would allow people with mobility challenges to access the tunnel. So the ramp continues down this direction. I just came up these steps, but the ramp will lead to that area. So let's see what this parking area is. There is a parking area up here, and anybody with need for the ramps could park up here. Looks like there's 2 dedicated handicap spots, but the other spots are definitely open as well. And let's see what this sign says, and that will tell you where you could access that area. Oh, there's nothing on the sign, but this says Apex Way and Via Alta. So if you were wanting to come and see the tunnel, you could park up here and take the ramp. All right. And then you would take the ramp. And then I see there is a dog park right here with plenty of amenities, dog bags, seating area, etc. All right. Here's a reminder, don't park on Via Alta. you're going to want to go into the parking lot. And here we are walking back to the tunnel, and I see an amazing view. Look at that through the tunnel. So awesome. All right, here we are at Civita Park. We are here to see this mural, which I have another video with more details, but it is in portrait mode. Here we are taking landscape mode. This is a mural created by Kevin Anderson, and it is a depiction of all the different things you're going to see in San Diego County. Let me pan up because the mural does go completely overhead, and then you are back down. So what you're looking at is going to be from Fallbrook, Temecula, Menifee, which are located in northern San Diego County. The San Diego Safari Park, which is in Escondido. Avocado trees of Fallbrook, Gulf, Ramona, lemon trees, Horseback, which would be Lakeside, Lemons, which is Lemon Grove, the Cross on the Hill, which would be Mount Helix, and then we have the lovely city of Julian, known for its apple pies. Fun fact, most of the apples used there are not grown there, but there are some lovely bed and breakfasts located in Julian for a great weekend getaway. And then you also see a depiction of Palomar Observatory, the Kumeyaay, who are the people of this area. You see a lady, let me zoom in. She is depicted there next to the elk. And then all the way to the eastern part of the county, which would be the Borrego Springs and the desert area, Ocotillo, etc. And then we come back to the left side, and that is going to be the waterfront downtown, Balboa Park, Presidio, the pandas of the San Diego Zoo. You see that there were some children, Civita Kids Art, that also helped with the project. You see the San Diego Chargers, Junior Seau, Tony Gwynn, depicted for the Padres, Petco Park, Little Italy, some people walking along the waterfront, the USS Midway, the buildings of downtown, the Coronado Bay Bridge. You see Fly Navy, which is going to be the North Island Naval Air Station, Star of India, Hotel del Coronado, the sailboats in the bay, the mariachis, which would be representing Old Town, SeaWorld Tower, and roller coasters, and then the waterfront of La Jolla. So this is really cool. I think they have this rock barrier kind of to prevent people from just walking up freely to the mural. Over time, if too many hands are touching it, then it can become dilapidated. Okay, so let's take a look from this location. can see this park is massive. You can see the cars on the freeway there, and the park is just a little bit more to the forefront of that. You can see some tents and other structures. There is a farmer's market here today, so I will be visiting that. There are residences along the sides, so if you're looking to live near this park, this is located in the Mission Valley area. This pool is private property. I believe it is associated with all the residences. Doesn't look too busy to me. There's actually two pools. There's one, it looks like there's an exercise pool, a jacuzzi, and then a little like relaxation pool. It looks like a zero entry as well, so that's definitely an upscale. All right, I brought you up here on my portrait mode video, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will try to link that other video for you. But this is Civita Park, located in the Mission Valley area of San Diego. So this would be right off of the 8 freeway and Qualcomm Way, and I believe it's actually on Civita Boulevard. Excellent place for walking, a picnic, strolling along with your kids. If you are staying down in Hotel Circle or the Mission Valley area, or even closer to downtown, this is 5, 10, 15 minutes away. Great place to get some energy out. Maybe you have an off day during your vacation here. This would be a great place to just come out and check out. There's even a scent garden. You can explore the different kind of plants and the topography of this area. Lots of space. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.